Hey up my ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome to the Hermit's Cave. It's great to see so many people in here and chatting. I can't find my live broadcast though. There we go. There's real delay on the iPad. How annoying. I thought I'd turn the sound down, but I forgot that I hooked it up to my Bluetooth speaker. I hadn't muted that. So, yeah. So, who we got? Should I really do a run through? There's 39 people here. So, I think it's just better just to say hello and welcome to everybody who's here and already chatting. I think you've been chatting for like the last 10, 15 minutes or so. Hey up, says Elle. So how are we all? We made it. It's the weekend. It's been one of those weeks. I don't know about you guys, but am I right in thinking that Mercury retrograde has now ended? Is that done? Hi, Jen. Hi, Simon and everyone. Hi, Spirit Fire. Hi, Kelly Bear. And now I'm saying hello to people, even though everybody was in here first, didn't get a personal hello, but a collective hello to everybody. Ran to the coffee shop, says Jamie, at 7:30 a.m. I have coffee in hand, too lazy to make my own. Well, I've just been out into what was hell on earth. Black Friday weekend. It's still a month to Christmas, and that is probably the only downside of living in the middle, right smack bang middle of a city centre. It was heaving shoulder to shoulder. Clumber Street, which is the street that takes you from where I live in the shopping mall area down to the main square. It is the busiest street per head count in Europe. And at this time, it was literally like this. And I just needed to get to the bookshop. I was like, and then I had to pick up an Amazon package. No deck, I'm afraid. And I went in there, and the queue, it's next. The queue for the counter was all the way down to the bottom of the shop, all the way across the back wall, and all the way up the other side. I was like, not doing it. You're probably thinking, well, why has he got it in his hand? That was this morning. When I had to just nip out, I didn't even know if I was going to get back in time. It was that crazy. I went back in and it was even worse. And I just thought, oh, just join the queue. Luckily, it only took about 20 minutes to get down. It wasn't that bad. They've got a lot of stuff on. I went for Subway salad at lunchtime and it took 40 minutes from entering to getting served. It's like, why? Why is everybody going insane? Don't get me started about Christmas, says Becca. Hey, Brant. All I bought is, this is where I start making a mess that stays till next week. No, I'm joking. It's some little stands to put cards and things on. Oh, that goes flat. And they're in various sizes, wooden ones. I thought it'd be nice because, you know, I bought the I thought there was a pack of 3 bonus, pack of 4. Did say pack of 3. Oh well, 4 of them. Looks very dark, doesn't it? I've got all the lights on, all of the lights on. Let's alter this one, give it a bit more light. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Hi, Twist. Good to see you. So I thought we'll just have a bit of a catch up and a cup of. We all got a drink. I know Jamie's got her coffee from the coffee shop, but has everybody got a drink and just ready to kick back and chat? I've got my usual nice strong coffee with almond milk. Very excited this week about brand. Yes, well, that's what I'm going to do. You beat me to it, Robin. Channel shout outs. I was, but Robin's done it. going to give 2 channel shout outs. So there is 2 new channels this week. There's probably more. And if you are starting a channel and you want to shout out, then do drop me a message and I'm happy to do it. And I've got Elle standing by who's going to post the links for me. But the first one is Peggy's Paranormal Ponderings, and that's our very own Peggy Papez, wife of Lisa, who has Supportive Tarot. So this started in the week, I think it was Tuesday night, I believe it was. And she's going to do a weekly vlog talking about all things paranormal. The only downside is for me, I have to watch it. Well, it's not a downside, but it's finding the time because they are probably going to be in the evening in Canada. So therefore, it's after I've gone to bed, or as UK folk have gone to bed. Thank you, Elle, for posting the link. And the second one, who is in the room, is our Brant, Moon Baby. So Brant has done 2 videos now at last count, and I think I saw one last night. And he started his channel. I mean, he's been part of the community, just like Peggy, for a long time anyway. And we all know and love these people. But he started his channel this week, and what a great start! He did his entire deck collection, his tarot deck collection, which was really, really interesting. And as part of that deck collection, he showed a really old vintage rare RWS deck called the De Lawrence Tarot. And then his second video is a walkthrough of his copy of the De Lawrence Tarot. Thank you, Elle, for putting those links. So please do click on those links and give them a subscribe and hit that bell for them just so you get notifications, because Peggy will be going live. She's only going to be doing live content. So if you want to be there, you'll need to hit that bell. And Brant as well, because everyone has been absolutely lovely. It's addictive making videos. It gets you. And as I discovered today, which I'm about to come on to, this is my 744th video. So let's just talk about that for a moment, because while we're talking about channel shout outs as well, I am so indebted to Pat, who I won't mention his old channel name, but that's the one that springs to mind. His channel is called Pat's, I've made a note of it somewhere, Pat's Daily Tarot and More, because he has given a step-by-step tutorial. I'm kind of speaking to content creators now, or people who are thinking of making content, because you've all probably heard about Comma. Comma is it's about child online, what is it called? I've made a, it's to do with online privacy anyway. And every time for the last couple of weeks I've been uploading a video, it's been asking whether my content is for children or not for children, and you have to state which it is, and I select not for children. Then when I fired up my laptop on Thursday, because I usually use my phone, there was a banner across the top which says all creators are obligated to take action with the Children Online Privacy Protection Act. That's what COMMA stands for. Children Online Privacy Protection Act, and or other laws. And it doesn't matter whether you're just in the UK or outside of the UK. Thank you, Elle, for you shouldn't have to spend an afternoon. I'm going to tell you a really quick way to do it. Well, say quick way, it took me an hour and 40 minutes, but that's just leaving it. So now there's lots of videos, and I wouldn't advocate going and having a look at them all, because depending on who you listen to, have all got different interpretations, and there's a lot of scaremongery that channels are going to disappear on the 1st of January. It's like the Millennium Bug all over again. That if you haven't decided, you will lose your content, and I believe that's true. But what they're asking you to do is to stipulate whether your content for each video is for children or not children, and all of your back catalogue stuff. So what Pat has done, he's done a tutorial, and Elle's put the link in there, showing step by step how to do it so you can set in your settings all your future ones to be not for children. And also then how to select all of your previous content and change it to not for children so you don't lose any content. And that was really, really useful. So thank you, Pat. So I got up and I thought, right, let's just do this. And it was so simple to do, following his tutorial step by step. And mine is all now changed. So my channel is an adult channel. Welcome to an adult channel, although not for children, and all of the content. And it told me that it might take a while because I had 743 videos that needed to be changed. And you can do it bulk. Yes, you can do it bulk. You'll see if you follow Pat's step by step, when you get to the bit of your videos, you select all and it'll only do the ones showing on the page. And there's 3 little lines. You click on that and it will say everything. And you select that and then hit it. And it will say to you, are you sure? Because it's not reversible. It is reversible. You just go through it again. Click yes, and then the wheel will start. And mine took 1 hour and 40 minutes. You can navigate away from that. You don't have to sit and wait. I went and had a bath and did all sorts. And 1 hour and 40 minutes later, it had done it all. And I've uploaded a video about my tattoo, which I'll make live after I've shown it. And I've seen automatically now it's saying this video is not for children. So I know that everything I'm doing going forward is going to have that. What I am going to say is don't panic, because there are scare stories out there about channels are going to disappear. YouTube just want people with big subscriptions and so they get money, blah, blah. They are trying to comply with a law that's been around or starting to come in since 2015. And they're just trying to make sure that what content is going out is either content for children or not for children. And personally, somebody who worked in safeguarding in a previous role, I think it's a good thing. Yes, it's a bit of a headache for content creators to have to go through it and change it. But once we've done it, we've done it, haven't we? How did it go at the tattoo shop? It went wonderful. Oh, and Libby's here. Hello, Libby. I was worried he was going to say the same twist. What was I going to say? Thank you so much for addressing this, Simon and Al. Where's twist? Ooh. Oh shit, Simon. For a minute there, I thought you was going to say that you had to change every one of those videos by hand. I know, and I was talking, I'm sure she won't mind me saying, I was talking to Jilly earlier and she was saying, oh, I've really got to go in and change 100 and something videos. And that's what I thought. And I thought, I didn't know how many. I knew there was over 500 I'd done. But I was like, there's no way I can do this. So yeah, big thank you to Pat. If you watch this back, thank you. I have left a comment on his video saying that he's an absolute star. And no doubt before January the 1st, although it's fast approaching, there'll be lots of more explanations coming through. But there is lots of, I watched 3 or 4 different things yesterday and I got really worried because there's lots of, I'm a lawyer, social media lawyer, and this is what you're not being told and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, let's just see. I did it by bloody hand. Oh, Becca. If we need waited, well, at least it's done. You've got my wine, don't Pat. You've got my wine, don't Pat. I'm not sure what you mean, Julie. Okay, so do you want to see my tattoo? Might need a bit of bright light. That isn't it? That's the old tattoo. It's on this arm. I never know how to do this because however you show it, it kind of never shows it level or anything. Yes, please. Okay, so as you know, I'm a tarot fan. On this arm, I've got my deviant moon. See, look at it. Doesn't look like it's lined up, but if you look at it that way, it's perfectly lined because your arm twists, doesn't it? But that one is. These are Patrick Valenza's artwork. So that one is my deviant moon arm. You might remember on this arm, I've got my semicolon, which is about mental health awareness, and when we're in that state, our lives don't end. It's to remind us that a semicolon means the sentence needs to continue, and it's worn on the wrist. So I had that because it's very important to me. And then I had my wild unknown kind of representing the tarot, each of the elements, which is each of the suits, and the spirit symbol for the major arcana. But I'm so excited for it. It's only a Diddy tarot. It's only a Diddy tattoo, but you all know my love of the RWS. You all know my love of Pixie, and I wanted a way to just, show homage to her, pay respect to her, and just kind of have her close by because, I just love her images. I love her tarot deck. So I had her signature tattooed on my arm. It looks skew-whiff. It lines up beautifully. But isn't it gorgeous? Let me show it you. Let's see how I can do this. If I show it like that, you get to see it more clearly. That was just after it was tattooed. That's why there's a little bit of redness there. But I absolutely love it. And I've thought about getting images from the RWS tarot, but this, and it reminds me of a bit of it like a sigil as well. It's got this beautiful, almost Celtic design, very sort of witchy, and as I say, like a sigil. But this appears in every single card of Pixie's work. So for me, yeah. Becca says perfect. For me, it is perfect. It's a way to honor Pixie, and yeah. So I've done a video, and I'm going to make it live now because I didn't want to do it before the big reveal because everybody was like, "Are you going to show us in Cuppa Ketchup and Cards?" I was like, "Yes." So let me now make that live. Edit, privacy, public, save. Okay, so that's gone live. So that's that done. Take good care of it. Yes, well, I have been using Bepanthen, and Elle was kind of like, oh no, don't be using that. And so I asked he is my tattoo artist. This is the third tattoo he's done for me. And I just have his email address. So he's actually started his own business. He was with a chain before. So I went with him there and I asked him, what should I use? And he said, the best thing to use is cocoa butter. So I bought some cocoa butter. And he says, just put it on 3 or 4 times a day, just a thin smear. So that's what I'm going to do. If ever I get a tattoo, it'll be that one. It's wonderful. Yeah. And I've not seen many people have that tattoo, but doesn't it lend itself to a great tattoo as well? Lots of people have symbols, and I just think it's perfect. Thank life you didn't put Bepanthen on that beauty. See, I put Bepanthen on that one and those two. No, that one was Jennifer from Sea Willow Herb. She sent me some tattoo stuff that I put on that one, so I didn't use Bepanthen for all of them. But my artist always says A&D ointment. I'm surprised I made it out of the UK without a tattoo. I am Jennifer. Jennifer. I get confused with me, Jennifer, because I've just been talking about Sea Willow and herbs. I am Jen. And yeah, maybe it's because you was on such a tight schedule. because yeah, Sandra come to Nottingham, she got a tattoo. Becca came to Nottingham, she got a tattoo. Kelly Bear hasn't, but Kelly Bear's got lots of tattoos anyway. But have you got any tattoos, Jen? Because if not, Glastonbury next year, come prepared. We're going to scar you for life. Not yet. Oh, there's a challenge. Are we up for it, guys? Those that's coming to the UK Tarot meetup. Challenge Jen. Hi, Debbie. I've not seen you for ages. I hope you're okay. How are you? Nice to see you all. Glastonbury goals. Like it. Hashtag Glastonbury goals. Yeah. So cool. Simon, may I see your tattoo, please? Oh, did you miss it, Kate? Yeah, I'll show it again. So it's hard to show, but it's Pix's signature. But I'll show it again on camera because that's the best way to see it. And there is a video up now. I've fast forwarded it, so it's like 3-minute video. And that's what it looks like. I took that just as he'd finished before he dressed it. So great to see you. You look wonderful. Thank you. I feel wonderful. I feel really good. I'm back on a good, healthy eating plan. I've got a new kind of mindset with things, and yeah, things are good. And quite a few things just to chat through today as well. Thank you, Kay. Glastonbury is booked. Can't wait. 2020 is just going to be the best. Do you know what? It's going to be here before we know it. Christmas is in a month, or Yule is in a month, and before you know it, it's going to be summer again, and we'll be meeting up. And I cannot wait to have a few days away with you guys. So, for those of you who are watching this now or watching it back, we've got 103 in. Wow! Hello, everyone. And you're wanting to come. This is not a club. Anybody is welcome to come. It is a tarot meetup. It's called UK Tarot Meetup because it's happening in the UK. But as you've heard, we've got people coming from America. This year we had somebody from Australia. Anybody who can get to Glastonbury for the first weekend in August, you're welcome to join us, whether you come for the day or whether you come for the weekend. So there is a... not to put any pressure on Elle, but maybe she'll post a link. Oh no, you couldn't. You tried, didn't you? But there is a Glastonbury Tarot Meetup Facebook group as well. And we've agreed, Elle is kind of organising the event next year. We've agreed with Elle that after Yule and Christmas is out the way, from January, we will start to put updates and things in that group. There's no point putting them in too early. But there's about 60 people in that group already, and we'll start to put a loose itinerary. We want it to be kind of flowing, but we do need to have times for people that might want to join in certain things and those that don't. So like the trip to up to the tour or the Chalice Well will be at certain times and things like that. Elle, you've done it. You struggled the other night. So yeah, there we are. So that's the Glastonbury Facebook group for the meetup. I'll swim over, says Kindra. Yeah, that'll be your challenge, Kindra. Challenge Kindra, swim to get here. I'm actually planning to start walking, so I'm fit enough for the tour. Me too. I'm about 1.5 stone heavier than I was this time last year. And it's a year today since Dan and I went to... I forgot what it's called, the Stone Circle, Stonehenge. What is it with me? It's a year today since this. In the morning we went to Avebury, and in the afternoon we went to Stonehenge, which means it's a year tomorrow since I met with Giselle and Keith, and I went to Glastonbury for the first time in my life, and I went for 2 days. So, yeah, I'm 1.5 stone heavier, and it did getting up there. Yeah, and there's a steeper way up, or there's a longer, more naturally occurring way up, which is the back way. But yeah, we'll just go, and there's no pressure for anybody to do anything. People can sit things out or do other activities. Stonehenge is also Woodhenge. Yes, Woodhenge. We passed a sign for Woodhenge. It is, Jen. It is so worth it. And those of you who saw me go there last year, because I went live from the top of the tour, and it's all in my. If you go to my channel, the playlist, you'll see the Glastonbury one. It was very emotional for me. It was very powerful, and it reduced me to tears. There's just something about that place, that part of this land, that is just, the energy is unbelievable. And I think because the day before it had been Frostfest, which is that's probably this weekend actually, which is one of Glastonbury's busiest days. And again, it was like this, and all the market stalls were out. It was heaving. I mean, it was great atmosphere. But I went back early on the Sunday morning, and I was the only one up there at the tour, and the streets were quiet, and it had a completely different feel, different energy than the day before. Both wonderful, but both completely polar opposite ends of the spectrum. So I was glad to have 2 days there and experience it from both viewpoints. I'm not sure what you're going on about, the weirdest glide ever. So I've showed the tattoo. I've done the channel shout outs. What else have I got to show you? Oh, let me tell you as well. I spent last night, you know, I showed the Gorgon's Tarot, which was my latest tarot deck till today. I edged it. I edged it in black. How difficult is it to edge a circular deck? I mean, I know they're huge, but with a tarot card, you know, you just, mine are all wrapped in bags, so I'll just use this. You just, but when it's a round deck, you're like, and then I did them all, and I thought, goodness, they're finished. Turn them over, and they looked horrific. They were white patches, and it looked really bad. So I did them all again, and I was like, oh, God, this is taking hours. Turned it over, and it was still. So I thought, right, I know you shouldn't, but I squoze them together, and I went over them on all the white bits. It's not like I've done it all like that. They'd had 2 coats. So this is 3 coats to get this perfect black edge. But I think it's finished it off really, really nicely. But have you guys, did you have the same issues? I know quite a few people have got Gorgon's Tarot. Have you edged yours, and was it just as challenging? And I feel like I'm missing some of the chat as well. And we're supposed to be chatting more today, aren't we? Let's put the iPad there. Thank you, Julie. Looks fab. Thanks, Twist. Well, they look great now. Yeah, I got there in the end. It's just perseverance, and I couldn't have lived with it, with being all messy like that. So mine comes tomorrow. I look forward to edging it. Wow. Yeah, because Jamie, I think you was the same as me. I never knew this deck existed. This time last week, I never knew this deck existed. It's been out for 5 years. Must be one of the best kept tarot secrets. I never edge any of my decks, says Mystical Melissa. You say that now, Jamie. Never knew. Yeah, Jamie never knew either. Okay, so I'm not so fond of round decks. Doesn't feel nice in my hand. Yeah, and these are huge. I know I keep saying it, but I do have really big hands. My plates are meat. I know that is about feet, but these are like huge. And I struggle to get my hand around it. It is huge. But I think you can do that kind of, I mean, I can shuffle it, but it's not easy. But one of the reasons why I bought one of these stands is because I'm going to use this for my weekly you know, card of the week, and it's going to stand on my little side table there. So that's my intention with that. I want to try one day, and I've got Mother Piece coming for Christmas from my sister. I wanted to give you a sarcasm. I've just joined the Glastonbury group, says Kay. It says pending. Yeah, you just have to be accepted in, but you will be. It's just to stop groups or publicizers and that sort of thing coming in and, you know, spamming or that's, you know, so you will be, don't worry. I only know about it because Lisa glided me and said it had rats in it. So have you got it, Elle? Have you bought it? Is there a connection between Mother Peace and Gorgons? Yes. In as much as, this is the hippie therapist asking, in as much as some of the cards pay homage to Mother Peace. It is an RWS based deck, although it does deviate quite a bit in some cards from RWS. It has pagan and modern images as well, but some images in particular pay homage to Mother Peace. But I don't have Mother Peace yet. It's one of those decks that I've seen over and over again and I've always been on the fence about, but my sister's made that decision for me and bought it. Too big and unwieldy. I don't quite connect with the Gorgons. I just think the artwork in it is so beautiful. Not all of it. And there's some that really make your eyes sort of dance because of the patterns and stuff. It's a little bit sort of makes you, you know, when you like stare at a 3D image, those 3D pictures, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Okay, what else? Peggy's package. So we got worried about this because we thought it had gone missing because it took like, I think a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks maybe. And normally it's here within a week. So, but it's that time of year now, and that's what we've got to bear in mind too, folks, if ordering decks from overseas. I know Becca and I have ordered a deck from China, but this time of year with packages for Christmas and things are taking longer. Looking at plane tickets, forgot how expensive tickets are. Military always paid before. Becca can't wait. What for the deck? We're going to do a joint walkthrough as well. Becca and I. Oh, thank you. So I ordered a custom-made cloth and bag. And I've shown the bag before. In fact, I did a giveaway, and lovely. I forgot what her channel name is now, but it's Heidi. It used to be Heidi Did What, but I think she changed the name. She won it. But look at this. So gorgeous purple. Gorgeous purple reading cloth, and it says The Hermit's Cave. I had to make sure that it wasn't dangling in the candle then. The Hermit's Cave. Love it. But look at the inside as well. So isn't that gorgeous? Yes, Jen, it is beautiful. It's really lovely. So, and then I've had the matching bag. Exactly the same. In gold stitch and purple, the Hermit's Cave, so that they'll go together. And I'm going to put my trusted blushing fool in there. Now I have already got, as I said, one of them, which lives inside my amazing hermit box, the Hermit's Cave. But I wanted one to have out on my desk with the reading cloth. So thank you, Peggy. I absolutely love it. And we know that when we buy from Peggy, her Etsy shop is Sparks Creations. Elle, I'm really making you work tonight, aren't I? Is there any chance you can put a link to Sparks Creations Etsy shop? I love purple too. It is my favorite color, and I love the color combination of purple and gold together. I just love it. So, and they're just wonderful. What with Peggy's products and Kelly Bear's products, I'm sorted. I'm sorted for life. I don't need to buy from anywhere else. Queen Peggy's craftsmanship is spectacular. It really is. And I was really lucky because her sewing machine broke after doing this. So nobody's been able to have anything for quite a few weeks. I believe she's just got it back and it's fixed now. Can I just say I adore Kelly Bear's tarot bags, fit like a glove. I know, you just send Kelly the measurement and it is perfect the way her decks fit. And you know, I have my 5 favorite decks in a tray. Well, look at what I've done. Oh. That one looks saturated, it's because it's a light blue under the light. But look at that. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to probably send everything crashing now. There's Kelly. Oh wow, I'm honoured. But don't they look great all lined up like that? So, and I've still got to get one more because I want to get one for my This Might Hurt tarot. And at the moment I'm using the one that I put with this little lemon escape thing charm. I put that in, but it's a little bit tight, so because it wasn't made for that. But I thought, well, it's one of my favorite decks I'm using, so I'll use it in that for now. And then when I order this coming week, I'll be able to swap it over. I have 2 Kelly bags on the way. Can't wait, says Jen. Seriously, where's your stepdad's Etsy shop? If I suggested to my stepdad to do that, he'd be like, yeah, let's do it. But what that would actually mean is, Simon, do it for me. I just can't take that on at the moment with everything else. But I know that that's what it would be like. But he did do some custom orders. I had those triangular shelf units I had my crystals on, and he made some for other people because I put it on Facebook saying, look what my stepdad's made me. Oh, thank you, Jilly. Jilly's put Sparks Creations on. And Kelly, feel free to share yours as well because we've just shown your product. So do put a link onto yours. Never mind, Simon. I don't want to do that to you. I know, right? I love the look of the tarot bags, but I can't get into storing my decks in them. My OCD wants nice, stackable boxes for storage. Well, I've got that for the main bulk of my tarot collection. But when I'm here at my desk, I want to grab my decks that I grabbed for all the while. So that's why I had the tray made. The only thing was I had the cards placed in them with a crystal on top. But then I noticed they started to get a little bit dusty, or as I was grabbing them, I couldn't grab the bottom one. I was doing this, and I thought, I don't want to scuff the card. So I thought, well, why don't I put the bags there? So that's what I did. I always put the link to Kelly's, yes, and the pouches are stackable, and they line up like books too. I think you put some pictures on, didn't you, Kelly, of how nice these stack together. And before I did this, they were stacked on my shelf as well. So yeah, so that's that. What else? I don't know if Erica's in from Raw Spirit because she's asked me to show something, which I'm happy to do if she's here. And also, I don't know, I think the channel name is exactly the same anyway, but our Justin, I don't know if he's here, but he's asked if I would do a size comparison sorry for coming up close and personal, of the Jean Noblet, because he wanted a small pocket-sized Marseille deck, and I suggested Maria Celia, but I think he said he'd either got that or he didn't want that one. And I said, well, the Jean Noblet is small, it's compact, it's a thick deck. And I said, if you want, I will show a size comparison. So a standard tarot size, and then this is the size of the Jean Noblet. Oh, and it's a gorgeous deck. The cardstock is wonderful because it's a Fleur Noir, and I've got 3 Fleur Noir decks, and they're just amazing. And look at the backs. Hi, Donna. Really, really lovely, good quality. Love the Noblet. Yeah, Jilly was telling me yesterday that in America they call it John Noblet. John Noblet. Just sounds so wrong, doesn't it? How's your John Noblet? I don't call it that. They do. I don't. Yes, I know you don't, Jilly. You were complaining that they call it that in America. It's so wrong. Yeah, Jean Noblet, restored by Jean-Claude Fleur Noir. And I just love, obviously, well, not obviously, but if you didn't know, Jean-Claude Fleur Noir died a few years back, in recent years, and I believe it's his daughter now who buy the decks from, and she's lovely. So, and I've got the Reveal and the Dodal in Fleur Noir. I'm naming my firstborn John Noblet. Only uncultured swine pronounces it. That sounds terrible. Never heard anyone call it Noblet. Well, Jilly has. I'm going to hold you to that, Elle. Your firstborn, John Noblet. Yeah, so what else? I've got 8 decks coming. I don't quite know. No, actually, I just thought I've got 9 because I got confirmation yesterday from Bonestone and Earth Flesh from Avalon to say that she's now confirmed my change of address. So that will be coming. New decks, tarot deck party. I know, but it's just the way, in a way, it's just the way it's kind of worked out, because I ordered from Little Red Tarot 2 decks, which was the Dark Days and the Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye. And the Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye, I can honestly say, is the deck that I've pondered over the longest. I remember I used to follow somebody on Instagram called Marty. His Instagram name was Tarot in the City, I think, although he had a few names, and he used to post Instagram pictures of the Liwi, as it's often referred to. And I remember saying, wow, this is a really basic stripped back deck. It's very sort of, like what a 5 or 6 year old would do. And he says, yeah, but it reads brilliantly. It's a nice size. It's brilliant to shuffle. And I've kind of always and ahed about it. So I decided to finally, after 3.5 years, 3 years, I think, buy it. So that's coming. It was ordered Wednesday. I was hoping it was going to be here for the weekend, but I only got the dispatch notice yesterday, and it's second class, so it'll be Sunday. Simon, I totally missed the boat on that deck by Avalon and so choked about it. Don't worry, I think a lot of people have pulled out, Twist. I think she's got over 100 decks now that she's going to be relisting. So once everybody's confirmed, which we now are, and we're now going into sending them out, there's going to be, it was 50 and now it's over 100 that that people have said, you know, for whatever reason, they've pulled out. So there will be a chance, but it's going to be like Lightseers, I think, where an email will go out and it's going to be who gets in first. Simon, are you off ordering decks from the States now? Yes, because of customs and also because of shipping at this time of year takes forever, and more parcels go missing in December than any other time of the year. That said, Elle has just sent me a link to an RWS deck that is PAMA and cracklebacks with Pixie's font. And I think it's in the States. So I'm like, oh, why are you doing this to me? I'm not going to blame postmen, Olga. Postmen do an astounding job. Get on brilliantly with my postmen. It's the fact that there's such a bulk of post at this time of year. I need to bite the bullet then, as nothing else is inspiring me at the moment. So that's what's coming from Little Red Tarot. Brant, my hero. I've been after the Rider Deluxe Tarot for what seems like forever. And he saw it with 5 minutes to go on eBay in America. And he took a punt and just bid on it and got it and said to me, look, you don't have to buy it. I'll have it as a backup, but I didn't have time to get hold of you. And it went for a really good price because that goes for hundreds. This was less than 100. So that's coming. It's like a dream come true to finally get it. And we've also done a 3-way trade. So I've traded a deck to Elle. Elle traded a deck to Brant, and Brant has traded a deck to me, and it's the Royal Fez Moroccan. Again, I've been after that tarot for ever since I've had a channel. It's an amazing RWS clone deck. I just uploaded some pictures of the RWS deck to the Facebook group. I have it. You do, Feed My Focus. Is the card stock good? That's the only thing I'm not sure of, because cracklebacks, PAMA, Pixie's font, tick, tick, tick. What's the card stock like? I did a walkthrough of that one a few days back. As long as you're already ordering from Make Playing Cards, I'd recommend the RWS 2.0. I do like the RWS 2.0, but I've been saying ever since AGM did their Tarot VA8, I love it. The only thing that lets it down for me is it doesn't have Pixie's calligraphy. Now there's a deck that has all three. I've got to get it. They have a copy of the deck Brand showed on eBay. I know, but it's going for hundreds. There's the yellow one and the orange one. This is the St. Lawrence that Becca's talking about. I can't afford paying hundreds for a deck. I always have my limit on decks, and I won't exceed it no matter how much I want something. I think I saw your photos that I sent to Simon to tempt him. Feed My Focus. Thank you for posting those. Yes, thank you for posting those. Elle, can you send me that link? Everyone's going to buy it before I get off. They'll probably be out of stock. Simon, now that I've lived with a Crackleback one for a few days, I've noticed it's a bit dark. Okay. Feed My Focus. Did you say what the card stock was like? Yes, it's S30 card stock. It's smooth. S30. I don't know what that means because I kind of go with GSM. Nothing like a cheeky 3-way. I know, but it worked out perfectly, didn't it? And the deck that where have I put it? The deck that Elle has sent to Brant. See, I'm saying Brant now. I'm saying it like Elle does. It's Tower of the Crone. I'm trading with Jen from Science to Soul Tarot because she's sending me the Glastonbury Tarot, which is also one of the 9. Patrick's Abandoned Oracle is now ready. I ordered that a couple of months ago and paid for it a couple of months ago, but there was problems with the printers in China. They're coming this week. And then I ordered from Amazon, or Book Depository via Amazon, the Black and Gold Tarot, which I think Dustin's got. And also the mass-produced Lightseers, which was ridiculously $12.99 for a tarot deck. It's a giveaway to think how much we paid for the indie Lightseers, and it looks great from the pictures online. So makeplayingcards.com. Ow. You know, if I get there and it's gone, mind you, I don't get paid till Monday, so knock yourselves out. If I meant to have it, I meant to have it. Saw the Glastonbury Tarot out of print. Thank God I don't really want it. See, I wanted it last year when I went to Glastonbury, and I was looking for it, like, just because it's the Glastonbury Tarot, it's going to be in Glastonbury, even though it was out of print. But there was, Giselle took me in this old secondhand shop that had really old secondhand decks and things. And that's where I got this, not the Wild Unknown. I got the old original Druid Animal, because I've got Druid Plant and I've got Druid Craft, but it's the one with the hardback book. I mean, the box was a mess. And the hardback book and the reading cloth. And it was just sitting there in an old secondhand shop, and I think I paid $2.99, something like that. It was less than a $5, very, very cheap. And so I thought, well, I might find the Glastonbury Tarot in Glastonbury, but I didn't. So I've always been looking out for it. But again, it's one of those decks that just goes for silly money. And Jen got it cheap, and Becca got it really cheap. But Jen was like, I just bought it to trade. So I said, right, these are the decks I've got for trade. And she said, I'd like Tower of the Crone. So that's what we're doing. So I was really, really pleased. Why are we so sorry? What's happened? Oh dear, a friend passed away yesterday. This has been a nice diversion. Love to you all. I'm really sorry to hear that, Kay. Much love to you. It's never easy. Schiffer cardstock, though, should really be named Shitter. Karen, I quite like Schiffer cardstock. I quite like them. I mean, Everyday Enchantment is Schiffer. I really like it. Oh, car accident. Oh, no. Sorry, Simon. You don't need to be sorry. We all have different, and that's what's great, isn't it? We all have different likes and dislikes, and yeah. So that's my 9 decks with the Bone Stone. So Dark Days is coming, Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye, the Rider Deluxe, the Royal Fez Moroccan, the Abandoned Oracle, Black and Gold, Lightseers, Glastonbury, and Bone Stone and Earth Flesh. But I don't like odd numbers, so I had to get a 10th deck. Oh, but no, this, seriously, I'm only joking. This is a deck that I had and gave away. I gave it away and then regretted it. So, Black Friday sales. I got the Witch's Tarot back. And the reason why I gave it away was because when I bought it exactly the same time as the Green Witch Tarot. And I worked with them both, but I preferred the Green Witch. And I was finding that I wasn't using this at all. So I was like, oh. And then I was doing a trade with somebody and they said, oh, have you got the Witch's Tarot? I wouldn't mind the Witch's Tarot. So I did. But the problem is, this is Llewellyn. And now it's in the nice box because I had the big, crappy tuck box. But the cardstock was better. Now I'm going to have not as good Not as good cardstock, am I? But I can live with it. And I can't remember who it was, but somebody commented on a video that I woke up to this morning saying, "Oh, my go-to deck is the Witch's Tarot. I really love it." And I thought, I quite miss having the Witch's Tarot. I love the fact that it's so pagan that, you know, like the wheel is the wheel of the year, and I can't remember who the Hierophant is, but like the Hierophant is the, oh, is it the High Priest? Or they've changed a few of the cards anyway. Their cardstock though, I want to throw it in the bin. I know. Did we all do that email? We were talking about sending loads of emails, weren't we? Somebody posted the email address to Llewellyn just to say, you know, love your boxes, love your books, sort your shit out with the cardstock. Wouldn't take much, you know. We'd probably pay what, £1 or £2 more per deck. I mean, for me, it would be worth doing. But I mean, now it's in this lovely. It's not like they can't afford good stock. Oh, look at the inside. We've got the triple moon, this beautiful metallic silver. So they've really, because I remember the box, it was a flimsy, bit like the Green Witch. The Green Witch is still that old one, because like I said, I bought them at the same time. I think it was when I first started a channel. The book is still the same. It's not, you know, like the new one with all the glossy pages and everything. It's black and white, but it's by Ellen Duggan, and gotta love Ellen Duggan. The artwork is Mark somebody, isn't it? The cards. It actually feels quite chunky. I'm not really deceived though. So it says here, the Hierophant becomes the High Priest. The wheel becomes the wheel of the year, and judgment becomes karma. Love it. This stunning deck, designed by highly respected witch Ellen Duggan. I thought it was a Mark somebody. I know she's wrote the book. Is based on the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck and is filled with images that speak to today's magical practitioner. Featuring the vibrant artwork of award-winning artist Mark Evans, Witch's Tarot is the perfect combination of tarot and the craft. In addition to card descriptions and meanings, Duggan's companion guide features spell-enhancing spreads, such as the Triple Goddess spread, the 4 Element spread, and the Wheel of the Year spread that you can use in both tarot readings and for magical practice. So I thought that was pretty cool. Pat, there he is. Pat, I've been talking about you. Big thank you and a big thumbs up to you for showing the tutorial of how to do the bulk. Mine took an hour and 40 minutes to do all my back catalogue, all 743 videos. But yeah, Pat, who's just here saying, I've just been saying how grateful you are. So if you suddenly get an influx of people coming over to check out your tutorial, it's because you've been an absolute lifesaver to so many people who was worrying about having to do what they had to do. So yeah, so Pat's here in the room, so thank you. And then we'll just have a look at a few of them. I won't do a full walkthrough because I have done a walkthrough on this deck when I first bought it a few years ago on my channel. It just got worse with a video I just watched. Yeah, but I'm a bit skeptical about all these videos, Pat, that are saying, you know, channels could disappear and this, that, and the other. I think there's a lot of scaremonger going on. I think it's just about making sure our settings are clear, that we're adult and or whether we're making content for children. I know it kind of some are being demonetized and all that sort of stuff, but hi Christine, Pat's video, thank you Donna. As of December the 10th, with the new terms and conditions, part of it says YouTube reserves the right to delete entire accounts that are not commercially viable. Well, that's different then to the comma stuff, isn't it? That can't be in relation to comma. And where's that from, Pat? What's the source of that information? I suppose YouTube have the right to do anything that they want with content, don't they? It's their platform. But I don't monetize. So if they delete me, see you over on Facebook in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group. We all got too dependent on this modern stuff. What's wrong with a book, right? I live near the German border. Often my phone doesn't know where I am. Anyway, I love the backs on this deck. It's really lovely. Obviously not reversible, but it's the triple moon sign with the stars and galaxies. Wino and Dollars has lost her channel over this. But it's not December the 10th. What's going on? They already were overtly unsubbing people, recommended algorithms, etc. It is in the updated terms and conditions. I have this deck, but mine has black backs with a white triple moon. Did they change the backs? My deck is quite old. They must have done, because my deck that I had in the old box had these backs as well. So anyway, I'll just show a few of the cards, perhaps just the majors. I'm a bit worried about our Libby. Let me just see if yeah, I can't see her. Wino and Dollars. I can see people talking about Wino and Dollars, but yeah, I can't see her channel. That's worrying. And how many subscribers does she have? Not that it should be about that. Simon, can you show me the Noble? Oh, Justin, you're here. Yes, sorry, I did do it. So they are quite dinky, but with the size comparison, where did I put the card? So this is a standard RWS, and you can see here they're quite short. I don't get the YouTube thing, and I'm going backwards and forwards. I don't get how they can discern who gets taken down or not. Why would they be taken down? Because surely they're not going to take down every channel that doesn't monetize. I'm not quite sure what their criteria would be. I will contact Libby afterwards and see if she's had any sort of message, because surely they're just not going to just take down a channel and not explain why. There's the High Priest instead of the Hierophant. Yeah, I didn't like this Lover's card. There's something a little bit Thelema about it. Chariot. Strength. But you know, YouTube, they need to be careful, because there's always going to be somebody else to come along, another platform. You know, look what happened when they shut down Google Hangouts. Everybody went Streamline, and Streamline went. So if they piss too many people off, too many content creators off, then they'll just find another. There'll be another video sharing platform. Love that Wheel of the Year. Isn't that beautiful? Hi, Carolina. There's a thumbs up from me. Thank you. There's 30 thumbs up. So it's a nice deck. It is very RWS. I love the death card. Love that red background. Look at the flames around his head as well. Oh, I've missed you. I've missed this deck. Look at Temperance. Beautiful. I like the little black border on it. Yes. YouTube can go from hero to zero, just like everybody else. Exactly. It's like looking at old friends. You know, when you find a book from your childhood or something, like a Ladybird book, and you open it up and you see the images, and it's like, oh, I remember that card. It must be about 2 years ago since I gave this away. Not sure about the Sun card, but I love Karma. Karma is gorgeous. And the World card is one of my favourite World cards. It's the Green Man, look. Really lovely. YouTube used to be about creators. Ever since advertising got involved, it's gone downhill. Also, majority of takedowns get done by bots first. Then you have to appeal to get your channel back. I need to look into this more. I'll just show you the aces, because the aces are stunning. Look at that for the ones. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, I posted a screenshot of that and direct linked the terms on the Facebook group. Which Facebook group, Pat? And then the Ace of Pentacles, Hermit's Cave. All right, thank you. I'll have a look at that afterwards then. So yeah, the Witcher's Tarot. Actually, card start. It's not that bad. It's quite a thick deck. I need to compare it with something like the Wonderland Tarot, which was appalling, but it doesn't feel that thin unless I've just got used to it, which could also be the case. So I haven't seen Erica come, but the only other thing that I promised I would do and talk about just before I wrap up for past, although Lisa isn't on tonight. I don't know if you've seen, there's no Self-Worth Saturday this week. I thought she had to take it down because of the dollars. She cannot pay the £42,000 fine. She was very worried about it. She did a video about it. Okay, so there might be other reasons why the channel has gone. I don't know, and I really don't want to speculate. I didn't know anything about a fine, or, you know, until I speak to Libby, I'd rather not speculate. I have this deck, but it's up for sale, but Hermit's Cave is selling it for me. I might keep it. No Self-Worth Saturday yet. So what I promised I would show, and I have shown these before, but Erica was asking last night in Becca's chat about Owen. And oh, I love this bag as well. I bought this a year today from the hen shop in Avebury. And I've had my Owen quite a while now. And the smell, I could just sit like a mule with my nose in there, because they treat the staves with like an oil to protect them. And they say leave them out for a few days so that the the smell goes. I'm like, no, I don't want the smell ever to go, because it's like walking through a woodland. Absolutely gorgeous. The sound they make, oh, I love them. But we've got like twisty Ogham staves, thick ones. Every single stave is made from the corresponding tree. And basically, an Ogham is an alphabet. And they were etched into stones. And one of the oldest stones that's still here in this country is about 1,600 years ago. It's Celtic alphabet. And they were used to mark, there was the markings were names. So some stones would be like tombstones, and along the side of the tombstone, they would have these markings, and there is a center line. So the markings would either go left of the center line, right of the center line, through it, or diagonally through it. So making those 20 different letters. Let me show you something I printed off as well. I keep it under here. So I bought this online, which was really, really nice. This is the Tree Ogham, and it's a kind of a pamphlet, but you can buy it for a few pounds on Amazon. And it does have a whole section on, it has each Ogham stave as well. So it tells you the name of the stave, the corresponding tree. Simon, can you roll them in your hands? I love the sound. Oh, I love the sound. I love the feel of them. I love the smell. It's such a sensory thing. Oh, I love them. I had my wedding rings done in Ogham in Ireland. My name and my husband's together around the band. Simon, that sound got my attention. Sounds like my stick and stone casting. Yeah, ASMR. They are wonderful. So it gives you the whole stave by stave, telling you all about it. But there is also a section on using them for divinatory purposes. However, I found that, willow. Oh, and also, bear with. I bought a willow wand. Do you remember, out my birthday money, which has the willow Ogham on it, and it's got encrusted with quartz as well. Oh, but that feels good too. But what I did, I just kind of made this publication, if you like. So I bought it from Spirit of Old. Now they are quite expensive. There are even more expensive ones, but I went for these. These were £50, but they make them to order. So they go out, they forage, they hand make them for you and then send them to you. So it takes about 4 weeks, and then you get them. So every single set is completely unique. So you get a certificate of authenticity. You get how to care for your Ogham set, and then an introduction to them, how to cast Oghams, and then here you get your chart with each of the meanings. So you get the Ogham name, the corresponding tree, and then the Ogham symbols. And as you can see, it starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then switches to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then some, and then you get it where it just goes straight through, not diagonally. 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you know, if I pull, I read that wrong. So I've pulled this one. The fishtail goes to the bottom, or if you're reading in a line, which would be the way that you would, the way that they would have appeared. This is 5 going through. You can see 5 going through, which is a U. So it's from the U tree. Oho, accepting, that's the name of the OM, accepting the inevitable, reincarnation, destiny, death and rebirth, new starts, and contact with the past is the general meaning. I've also got the alphabet printed out here, and you can write in OM if you wanted to. You could do like, you know, when you was kids, you used to make up like a secret code. You can actually write. Then you can look up U, and it gives you corresponding letter is I. Meaning is transference, passage, illusion. This is a tree that marks the passage of time. It's good to call on the U when you might be going through a rite of passage in life. Perhaps this might be becoming a parent, or maybe it's celebrating a milestone birthday. U blesses these events. And then I did my own kind of interpretations as well. So for me, just a few keywords. The U is about letting go and change. And then I did my name on my channel. I showed how you could write using OM, how to write your name. So yeah, I really love them. So much so, I mean, I've got 3 sets of runes, but whether it's because it's an ancient Celtic tradition, so it's from these isles, I don't know, but whether it's the tactile, because I love crystals as well, so I like to hold runes, but I think they're easier for me to read and work with, and I just think that they're just beautiful. So Erica, if you watch this back, this was for you, because you asked me last night if I would show this today, which I have. Any questions, guys? Anything in particular you want to ask? I've got a few minutes left. I will obviously do a card pull. Simon, do you read them together with tarot? I have read them together with tarot, just in the same way as I would use an oracle deck or a rune stone with a tarot as a bit of a, at the end of a reading. I haven't done it yet professionally. Maybe I could, but I'm not at the stage with OM where I could just pull it and then talk about it. I haven't learnt it off by heart, so I'd have to refer to notes. But what I have done, if I've done a spread for myself, I pulled an OM as well as a bit of a clarifier, significator, that sort of thing. Where did you get them from? Spirit of Old. They are in the UK, so they're very authentic. You download everything. So once you just get a normal bag, like a Hessian cloth bag. I put it in this because I bought this from Avery last year, and it just comes with the staves. But then you get like a code, and you can then go to the website and you can download everything, like your authenticity certificate and all that is there waiting for you. So but like I say, you do have to be patient because it does take around 4 weeks because they are custom made. Once they receive your order, they go and get the they forage for the staves and hand engrave them and treat them, and then they're sent off to you. Simon, could you show me the Magician in the Witcher's Tarot? Yes. I'm surprised you're not asking for the Hanged Man. The Magician is a bit dramatic in this tarot. But there's a little sprite there, look. See? Little ethereal being, little sprite. But it's really in action, isn't it? You know, we've got the actual wand is making the lemniscate, the infinity symbol. All his tools are there. Simon, what has kept you so passionate year after year? Hello, Marge. About tarot. I don't know. What's kept me passionate about it? I think I like the fact that it's an ancient system that is still relevant today. And divination in particular, I think will always be a part of human beings' kind of curiosity and practice. I think even if we are still on this earth for another 5,000 years, people will still be divining. And I like the fact that in particular with tarot, just when you think you know all the decks, new ones pop up, or new ones to you, or different creators putting different interpretations on there. I love the fact that it's part of my daily practice and it never, ever ceases to amaze me. I love the fact that there's this community also infused with divination and tarot and other systems. And I love that it's this total freedom with it. There's nobody saying, and if there is, I pay them no mind. There's nobody saying you must do it this way or this way or this way, or you're right or you're wrong. We found our own way with it, and we're all here. There's 114 people in this, or on this channel at the moment, in this chat, and we probably all have our own individual way with the tarot, and it's all fantastic, because if it works for you, it works for you. So what keeps me passionate about it is the fact that it is very much a part of my life, but it's ever evolving and ever changing, and there's always new decks and new people coming and making new connections. You know, it's, my life is completely different just since having a channel, with the richness of friendships that I've made. But the tarot has always been a staple. You know, I remember it as far back as being a small child, my first deck at 16. And even though I've walked different paths since, I've always come back to it. It's always been there. And as I've spoken before, the RWS in particular, and in some ways the Deviant Moon, there was a familiarity about them. And if we have had many lives, I know that the tarot has also been part of a previous life, because there's a familiarity and a remembering when I looked at a tarot deck. And when I first saw it as a child on TV, I was like, there was something that really drew me in, like nothing else. Any other questions? Love the Magician. It's very dynamic card. He looks like he's in the middle of charm casting. Yeah, it's very much a card of action, isn't it? You really get that sense from it. Yay, Emma Tarot Dude. Emma Tarot Dude. Let's have a look. What's Emma Tarot Dude? Intuition Tarot. Got my lazy arm coming today. We got your beads as well, your beady one. Sounds like you have the OG version. I'm not quite sure what's. Oh my God, that's so cool, Simon. I'm so glad I asked that question. I'm glad you asked that question, Marge. Feel like I finally found my home, says Jen, with tarot and the people I have been able to connect with because of it. Yeah, and who knew? Who knew that we could find a spiritual group connecting with people all over the globe, rather than what I always thought you had to do, which was go out and join some sort of church or center or mosque, temple, whatever. You know, we can walk our own paths and do our own practice, but still come together through this medium to share ideas, discuss things, make connections, and in some cases actually meet people that we would never have even known of their existence. So it's marvelous. So that's why I get sort of like, oh, YouTube's going to start shutting channels down. No, we have to fight against that. We have to stand up and say, no, and we'll find a way through it. If they start doing that, which I don't think they will. I've got a feeling that they won't just start throwing people out unless they've got reason to do it. Then we'll find a way. We'll find a way to reconnect with other platforms, and it will be very foolish of them to alienate a lot of content creators. This community has saved me. I think it's saved a lot of people in a lot of different ways. So I'm really glad that, you know, that's happened for you, Time Nexus. That's really wonderful. Simon, I've met the loveliest people in the world through tarot. Thanks to each and every one of you. Likewise, Lynn, you know, you've been around for a long, long time, you know, and that's lovely. I see names pop up, you know, some are new and some you think, you know, wow, you've been there from the beginning. Like I see Naomi Hewitt when she pops up, and I remember Naomi right from me first starting out, and so many others. That was just a name that popped into my head. Pat says, don't quote me on this, but my future brother-in-law said to go check Twitch. Apparently they have a lot of content that's not about gaming. Yeah, there will be. That's what I'm saying. There will be other platforms if they cock it up, and I'm surprised. I do remember scare stories in the past about Facebook. You know, they're going to do this. They're going to start shutting down. They're going to start charging you. They're going to, and everybody got up in arms about it. And I'm leaving Facebook. I can't believe they're doing that. And nothing's really changed. Nothing's changed. You just have to adapt, and some control settings and things change. And on the whole, I can see why YouTube are doing this, because, you know, children are accessing things that perhaps they shouldn't, and they've got a duty. They've got a duty of care. And we criticize YouTube, and I've criticized YouTube in the past for things that I've not been happy about being up there, and we've challenged and they've done nothing about it. So let's see how it plays out, and hopefully we'll all get through it. And do look at Pat's video if you are a content creator, to have that peace of mind that by doing that you're making sure that your channel is set the way it should be. I finally found my long lost adopted tarot family, says Elle. Yeah, and I'm a very proud tarot dad. I put all my lives as over 18. I put every single video that I've ever done now as over 18 because I followed Pat's step by step. Oh, this is the content made for children thing. Yes, called Comma, which is Children Online Privacy Protection Act. And we have to comply whether you're in the US or anywhere. If you're using YouTube, we have till the 1st of January to comply. I didn't do the over 18, but I did do the not made for kids. Yeah, I think I did it both. I followed Pat step by step, and I think he did both. So yes, and I was going to ask you, I left a comment, Pat, on your video. Now that I've done it on my laptop and it's done all my back catalogue and everything, I don't also have to do it on my phone, do I? Even though I use the phone, because going forward now, I think it's set, because I've done my tattoo video, and that automatically said that it was not for children. Hi, Debbie. Yeah, Elle, could you, if you're still here, I think you are, could you just put the link to Pat's video in for us one more time? Just for those people who have joined us a little bit later, that would be great. And I think I'll pull a card because it's almost 1/2 What shall I? Well, let's go with the old trusted, or the old trusted, new trusted deck. Look at that. I'm sure Vimeo is ready to jump in. There's going to be people ready to jump in if they cock it up. I'll comment Pat's video below. There it is. Thank you, Al. So I'll put the link to Pat's tutorial, telling you step by step how to do it. What card will it be tonight? Would it be, I would like the star card. Olga's guessing what card's going to come up. Somebody did do that a couple of months ago, didn't they? Asked for a certain card and it did come out. Hey, guessing okay. Can't imagine they would do that though. I'd be very surprised. 3 of Cups, 5 of Wands, drum roll, 2 of Swords. I need to think on a message that we need for the week ahead, just to keep us on track. Where to direct our focus for the week ahead. This card shuffles like an absolute dream. I love it so much. Ace of Cups, you're all going there. You're all having a go. Strength, World card. For the week. Yes, Olga, I need to keep, Marge, sorry, I need to keep focused for the week ahead. Let's split the deck. Da, da, da. 9 of Cups. Did anybody call the 9 of Cups? 9 of Cups actually is about wishes fulfilled. So if people were wishing for the 9 of Cups, then Elle trying to make out she's done it. What's happening out there? Can you hear that? Anyway, yeah, I love this deck. Very similar to RWS, but the 9 of Cups is about thinking about the simple pleasures in life, the stuff that we perhaps oversee, the things that we're perhaps not always paying enough attention to. And you know, it's great that we can see somebody here, look, just creating something, achieving something. These are this person's achievements, and it's right with that 9 of Cups for us to be proud and pleased of what we're achieving, even if it's the simple thing. We don't have to do huge grandiose things and, you know, be award medal winning athletes or anything like that, but count your blessings. Be grateful that you've got things around you. Be mindful of the things that we've got around us, the simple pleasures, and savor them. So as we go forward this week, let's not set things to, you know, it's great to have goals and it's great to aim for things, but let's just take a bit of a breather and enjoy all that we've got in our world, in our life. Sometimes if we're self-indulgent, it could take us down a slippery slope that we don't want to go down. So says the person who's just said he's got 9 tarot decks on the way, but I'm mindful of that, and it's not an everyday thing, honest. But enjoy what you've got, enjoy the things around you, and count your blessings. We should all do that. We sometimes have our minds so focused on things that we think we want or things that we want to achieve, and really we should be rewarding ourselves with the small achievements and the simple pleasures that we find in our daily lives and in our close proximity, our environments around us. I hate slippery slopes. 9 tarot decks, 9 cups of happiness. Thank you, Jen. She's enjoying the reading. I pulled the High Priestess. So yes, that was because I've also had comments saying, when you pull a card, can you say what deck it's from? And I should always credit. So this is the This Might Hurt Tarot, which I love, 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 love. So my coffee's gone cold. Thank you for watching. I've really enjoyed just having a Oi, 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 Simon, can I please post a link to the Tarot Playdate Facebook? Of course you can, yes. Jen's Tarot Playdate next week. The homework this week was just to do something, either a dinner party or do something nice and fun and really embrace the Nine of Pentacles, which was the card that we studied last week. This is 6:30 every Sunday UK time. I'm not sure about other times, just please do the maths. Obviously 6:30 is 1:30 New York time or Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, do join us for that. Jen had so many people in there last week, bless her, and she did a sterling job. So anyway, have a great weekend, everybody, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.